The grizzly bear is a North American subspecies of the brown bear. Grizzlies are typically brown, though their fur can be appeared to be white-tipped or grizzled, leading to their name. Grizzly bears are protected by the law in containment, United States, though there have been some controversial attempts to remove those protections in recent years. These awe-inspiring giants tend to be solitary animals, with the exception of females and their cubs, but at times they do congregate. Dramatic gatherings of grizzly bears can be seen at prime Alaskan fishing spots where the salmon run upstream for the summer spawning. In this season, dozens of bears, many gather to feast on fish, craving fat that will sustain them through the long winter ahead. But brown bears dig dens for the winter hibernation, often holding up in sustainable-looking hillsides. Females give birth during this winter rest, often to twins. Grizzly bears are powerful top-of-the-food chain predators, yet much of their diet consists of nuts, berries, fruits, leaves and roots. Bears also eat other animals, from rodents to moose. Despite their impressive size, grizzlies have been clocked running at 30 miles an hour. It can be dangerous to humans, particularly if surprised or humans come between a mother and her cubs. Grizzlies once lived in much of the western North America and even roamed the Great Plains. These animals need a lot of space. Their home range can encompass up to 600 square miles, so their ideal habitat is one that is isolated from development and has plenty of food and places to dig their dens. Through European settlements gradually eliminated the bears from much of their original habitat. Grizzly populations can be still found in parts of Wyoming, Montana, Idaho and Washington state. They're one of the most iconic residents of Yellowstone National Park. Many grizzlies also still roam the wild of Canada and Alaska, where hunters pursue big game trophies. At its peak, the grizzly population numbered more than 50,000, but those numbers shrank dramatically as western expansion plunked cities and towns into the middle of grizzly bears' habitat. Aggressive hunting in the early 20th century also threatened the survival of the grizzly bear. By the 1920s and 1930s, these bears have been reduced to less than 2% of their historical range. In the 1960s, it was estimated that there are only 600 to 800 remaining in the wild. In 1970, grizzly bears were listed as threatened under the US Endangered Species Act. Today, grizzlies are considered a conservation success story. Ever since they gained protection under the US Endangered Species Act, the population of grizzly bears has grown. The US Fish and Wildlife Service established recovery zones for bears and set out improvement relationships between humans and bears by educating the public about these animals and establishing programs to reburn the ranges for livestock bears killed. Now there are more than 5 times the number of grizzlies than there were in 1975, and about 1,000 to 1,700 in contiguous USA, but they aren't in the clear just yet. While the US Fish and Wildlife Service has tried to delist grizzly bears twice, both attempts have been blocked. In 2017, the second attempt was blocked by federal courts over concerns about the lack of genetic diversity among this subspecies, whose various populations live so far apart. Conservationists also worry about the delisting grizzly bears would lead to renewed hunting that would again deplete the population. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like the video, because there's loads more of these where I come from. Thank you for watching. Peace.